Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 3 p.m. news and weather updates from the First Alert Desk. Now, we've got news out of Greenville where ECU's summer meal program is back in store. It's actually been going on since June 9th. Again, this is all because of a combination of kids being out of school and, of course, rising costs of meals. It can be tough for some parents to keep their families fed during the summer, and that's why ECU Health, again, is partnering with several organizations in Eastern North Carolina to offer free meals to kids over the summer months. Now, since 2021, ECU Health has partnered with Food Lion Feeds, Sodexo USA, and ECU Health Foundation, providing nearly 12,000 free meals to kids and teens during their summer meals program, looking to combat food insecurity in the area. Now, in 2023 alone, the program helped provide over 2,800 meals to kids in need and hopes to help more this year. For more information on where to pick up these meals and a schedule, you can find out all of that information over on our website, WITN.com. Now, we do need to bring your attention to some flooding that has actually been happening in Onslow County around the Jacksonville area. This is due to, again, heavy downpours in the region. Right now, we've got heavy rain stretched across parts of eastern North Carolina, and as you can see, it caused some ponding on the roadways. Areas that suffer from poor drainage are likely going to be looking like this through the rest of the evening for areas stuck under some of those heavier downpours. Jacksonville, as you can see, was one of those areas earlier today, but as we transition into the evening hours, we are seeing a little bit of a let-up in rainfall intensity over Onslow County. Encouraging news there. Here's what we've seen over the past hour. Again, heavy downpours and thunderstorms surrounded Onslow County, and now, well, things are starting to calm down a little bit, which means we should see some of those temporary road closures lift as we make our way through the next hour or two. Let's take a look at the big picture of what we've got going on across eastern North Carolina, and several thunderstorms right now present throughout the east. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning in Halifax County Northampton County. No, Halifax heading to Northampton, but right now it does not look like Northampton is included within that severe thunderstorm warning polygon. Let's zoom it in on some other severe thunderstorms that we are keeping an eye on. One just along the Virginia line north of Elizabeth City. This thing again is going to be in effect until we get to around 3:30 later on today. Counties affected here in eastern North Carolina: Camden, Currituck, Gates, and Pasquotank counties. Now, that's not the only storm in town, but it is one of the only severe storms currently present over eastern North Carolina. This is what we've got just south of the Highway 64 corridor, kind of between Highway 64 and 264. Heavy downpours right now moving, well, now beyond Phelps Lake, heading back towards Gum Neck, which is seeing its own thunderstorm right now progress more towards the southern end of the Alligator River. All of these thunderstorms again today will have the potential of turning severe, but they're all heat driven. So once we get to around sunset and then beyond, a lot of these showers and storms will fade and do so quickly. This is not going to be one of those nights that we see continued rain throughout the overnight hours. A lot of these showers are going to start to weaken once we get past sunset, and a lot of them will go quiet once we get to around midnight, maybe 1 a.m. early tomorrow morning. Now, current air temperatures, it's a mixed bag. Those of you who've seen some heavier rain for a longer period of time, Plymouth, talking to you guys, right now you're most likely in the low to mid 70s, even upper 70s. But for those of you who haven't seen quite as much rain so far today, you're in the mid 80s to upper 80s. Even Kinston right now, Lenoir County, 90 degrees. It is hot and it is humid. For those of you who haven't seen the rain thus far, hopefully it's on the way for you, because again, this heat is pretty high for this time of year. Normally we see mid to upper 80s for your daytime highs this time of year, so low 90s is above average. Now, humidity very much present across the east through the rest of the evening hours. Again, a lot of these showers and storms will fade once we get past sunset, so expect more rain sticking with us until we get to around 8 p.m. And then after that, we'll slowly start to see a lot of these thunderstorms dissipate and eventually go quiet. That will leave us with a partly to mostly sunny start to your forecast coming up for tomorrow. There's 8:45 and everything starts to go again, fading away. I feel like I'm rinse and repeating myself, but it's really a rinse and repeat type forecast here for today and even into tomorrow. Tomorrow starting out partly to mostly sunny. Heat will rise through the day, getting into the mid to upper 80s, possibly even low 90s through the afternoon, and that will again spark a sea breeze front, but also just spark scattered, isolated thunderstorms that will kind of hang around until we get to, again, around sunset, and then they'll start to fade away. Now Friday, we're going to have a stronger system approach eastern North Carolina. Right now, it looks like we'll have our heaviest rain coming in Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There will be some breaks in those showers. There will be some breaks in the cloud cover, so it's not going to be complete cloud cover all weekend long. So maybe if you're going boating and you're going to want to be out there doing a little fishing, this might not be the weekend for you. You're going to want to push that to next weekend when we've got some better conditions, less thunderstorm activity. The last thing you want to do is go holding a metal rod up in the air, waving it around, and hope you don't get hit by lightning. Don't do it, not a good idea. But again, through next week, we'll maintain high temperatures, high humidity, and at least a 30% chance of rain from Monday all the way through next Thursday. Well, that's all we have time for today's 3 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, I hope you all have a fantastic Wednesday.